I'm so sorry.
What's up, everybody? It's Nick the Nerd. We're gonna do episode 8. Sorry I came on late for Nicktendo. Still kind of setting up, to be honest, so we'll give it a few minutes, let people come on and say what's up to everybody. Make sure the volume is on. What's up, guys? Remember, everybody who comes on, you get entered into a raffle to win the complete series. This might take longer because I can't talk very well. I'm not feeling too good. Sorry about that. Where in the heck? There we go. Alright. So there we go. We have that. I have everything else here. I gotta fill out raffles as we go. So give me a minute. Give everybody another minute. What's up, Martin? If you have anybody with you, let me know. Remember, you get entered into the raffle. Everybody can get entered. Kind of have to pause for all this in between. Dan, you got Sam with you? If you do. Top Fire Queen. Connor, are you lying? I'm gonna believe you. Connor, what's up? The winner of one of the previous ones, Martin. No, you're not lying. Okay, good. What is Sam working?
Who are you talking to?
Everybody. Mom is getting very good at this, everyone. I actually have to look back and see who's on here. Dan, Martin, Connor, Aaron. He's joining just a few. I believe you. You're good. Fire Queen. Nah, man. Connor, what's up? Retro Savage, what's up? Retro Savage, I owe you something. I'll get you. Alright, we have a handful of people already, so I'm going to get started. We'll talk about everything. Let me get to the bottom of it first. So this is what you're going to win for getting the raffle. I Am Groot. You have the complete series. It's a 5-issue volume, technically. It was a lot of fun to read. We talked about the raffle. Alright, so basically I Am Groot. It was 5 issues long. They were short. It was monthly, I believe. It takes place after Guardians 1, so when Big Groot dies at the end of the Guardians movie. Baby Groot, as you saw in the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 over Rocket's shoulder. It takes place with Baby Groot, basically. Came out around the same time as the movie did, Guardians 2. I don't own any of the variant covers. I know there's not many out there to begin with, so it's cool to have all 5 standard issues. And we're going to get started. Like I said, give me time because really not feeling too good. So I know you love Baby Groot. I'm actually going to, real quick before we go on, I'm going to ask some people to give me their best I Am Groot impression as we go around. And I'll just put out a video of everybody who does it. So it should be a lot of fun. So we're going to start off with issue number 1. I'll show you pictures and everything. So a lot of the times when you get a complete series, they just match to the very first issue. It happens all the time. So I'll show you some pictures. We'll get into it. I'm not going to give away the ending because it's a cool story. The whole thing is kind of trippy with the artwork. I don't know if I've known of the writer doing anything else, to be honest, but if I do, we'll talk about it in another episode. So for those of you who don't know, so here's your opening thing, right? So we talked about this. I know it's all backwards, but so the whole book is called The Forgotten Door. And it starts off in the Milano. The Milano is the ship that the Guardians fly. It's the ship that Peter Quill initially stole from Yondu, and that's what started their whole feud in the Guardians 1 and 2, obviously. And basically what happens is, so you start off, you have a cool picture of Groot on the bottom, and what happens is a black hole appears. And the black hole, all the Guardians are together, and the black hole starts sucking in the Milano. So Groot runs to hide from everything going on, and there's Drax, Gamora, Star-Lord, and Rocket also, and he goes to hide, and he goes into like a space pod, like one of those escape capsules, and what happens is he launches it on accident without realizing. So I'm going to show you that picture. There we go, launch alert. Alrighty, the black hole itself in that image. And what happens is, so he gets launched out towards the black hole. So this planet is what the whole thing is going to be based off of. And there's a lot of different things that happen in the planet. And then you have this guy here. His name is... oh, crap. The guard... nope, not the Guardian. I'm sorry. He is the Caretaker. That's his name. There's going to be 2 caretakers. It all makes sense at the end what he has to do with it. So, Groot gets launched, and he lands on this planet known as... oh my gosh, I just did my outline last night. Terminal. Terminal is the name of the planet. Sorry about this, guys. I'm really trying to stay with you here. So Groot realizes he's alone. We'll do a little pictures again. He's alone. After a few minutes, the Guardians figure out he's missing, but while Groot is down there, he finds out that he thinks he sees the Guardians. And it's not really them. Those are called Sentinels, and they're sent by the Caretaker because this whole planet is actually looking for Groot for... you'll never find... I'll leave it to you to find out if you read it. So Groot makes his first friend, and it's this weird dog named Buddy. That's Buddy. He's a weirdo. But he's a very funny character. He'll make Groot laugh the whole time. So Groot will say to him... Groot speaks in his I am Groot voice the whole time. He just says, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. So the Guardians realize Groot's missing. Groot thinks he's talking to them. Then Buddy tells them, like, no, that's not who you're looking for. And what happens is they basically turn on him. And I think that's how Episode 1 works. Yep, so that's it. That's when you learn that they're on Terminal. He brings them to the town. It's kind of like a vast wasteland, and there's not much going on there. So then we're going to go into 2. All these covers are pretty cool, and like I said, they're kind of trippy. It kind of went with the Guardians 2 whole look-around thing. So Groot's talking in 2, so I'm going to show you. It literally just says, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. And Buddy just keeps talking back to him, and at the end of it, all Buddy says is, I understand that you are Groot. And Groot realizes, oh crap, this guy can't understand me. So they talk about how that's their home. And then there are these blue people who kind of look like Kree. I think that's what they were going for. Kree are like the people of Ronan, the people of Thanos, kind of the blue people that you see in all the movies. Yondu is a member of the Kree. They're called the Children of Destruction. And their job is they're supposed to turn Groot into their leader, who is the Caretaker. I think I did a lot of this out of order, to be honest. I confused myself. So here's your first envision of the Caretaker. That crazy old looking lady. That's her. So they end up... these little children are going to try and find Groot and bring him to the Caretaker. So what happens is that first guy I showed you, the Sentinel Guardian, who's also going to become... he's also going to have something to do with the Caretaker. He ends up sending all of these things down to attack Groot and distract Buddy, who's the only person helping Groot. Groot runs off and away from Buddy as all the fighting is going on, and Groot enters what is known as the surface below. It's kind of like this, all these tunnels, this like little ruin area underneath Terminal, and again it's called the surface below. And he's dodging all these enemies in there because he tried talking to them too, and it turns out that they're also evil. So he escapes as many people as he can, and he thinks he finds another friend, and the friend also turns on him. Again, trippy pictures, really cool books overall. What happens is this new family here ends up saving Groot from these like clones that are attacking him. And what's funny is, in the end of it all, you learn that they understand Groot, and that's how issue 2 ends. We'll go on to 3, and then we'll just keep rolling. This was a quick one. There wasn't much to this one. So this starts off where everybody is on a train, and Groot is having the time of his life. So it just says, like, vroom, and you have to figure it out. It takes a minute until you flip a few pages. And then, where is it? There's Groot having the time of his life, laughing, attacking everything that they're passing on the train. And they're with that new family. There's the whole train view. That makes it a lot easier. And he's with the new family, and Buddy is still there helping him. The Caretaker wants to send out the Children of Destruction again to capture Groot. And what happens is they're on this train, and Groot is just playing around because, again, he's a kid. He doesn't know any better. And they're putting together the Children of Destruction to become one giant... I think the picture comes next, yeah. Giant child of destruction to chase down Groot. So as they're running and fleeing, the train tries speeding up. This giant, like, earthquake monster thing is chasing after them. And then funny Buddy, like I was saying, goes off. Groot decides he's going to sit and watch at the back. He's in the caboose. Never thought I'd really say that. And he's talking to Groot. And it all ends in Volume 3. I told you this is a quick one. On Issue 3, Groot fell out. No, it's all backwards. I'll figure out how to make this a lot easier and get everything forward. We'll go on to Volume 4. Issue 4. See, you can't do this when I'm not feeling good. So Groot is in the train, and there ends up to be a storm. So here's the storm. Oh. Trying to roll through it. Yo, what up, Hans? I'll put you in the, throw your name in the raffle real quick. So he's on this train. He's in this storm when he falls out. And what's going to happen is you're not going to find out until issue 5, that the whole time, something else could have been happening. Ah, cool, dude. Thanks for coming by. If you win the raffle, I'll let you know, man. I gotta check out your stream one day, too. And what happens while Groot is in there, it gets really trippy. He starts to see Big Groot. And I don't know if anyone knows, you find out, I think the Infinity War is when you find out that Baby Groot is actually the son of Groot. It's not the same person. They're two different Groots, as crazy as that sounds. So, Groot ends up back on Terminal. And he's walking around, and he wants to find the caretaker, and he wants to talk to her in order to find his way home. So she goes right to him. The Children of Destruction are still attacking the family that helped Groot and Buddy. And Groot gets thrown into this labyrinth. This is kind of cool, actually. This is a really cool picture. That's some sick artwork. And he gets thrown into a labyrinth by the caretaker because she wants to capture him. And he sees all these terrible things. He ends up seeing, this is supposed to be Thor, through what the caretaker makes Groot see. Iron Man is on the top there. So Groot's really getting thrown around. He doesn't know what's going on, of course. Again, he's still Baby Groot, and that's literally how you have to look at him. So it's his worst nightmares. The family's trying to find him, and it ends up where the caretaker, so again, it's that crazy lady, does end up capturing him, I believe. No, okay, not yet. Oh, so what happens is Buddy learns, because he works for the caretaker, I'm so sorry. Buddy learns that he is supposed to be evil, and he doesn't take it very well. He's supposed to fill the role of that Sentinel Guardian, and he's supposed to become the new caretaker. And then you get onto your final issue. This is a really cool issue. A lot of things, there are a lot of twists and turns in this that I wasn't expecting when it came out, to be honest. This was in 2017, by the way, when this came out. So the family finds the caretaker. They make it all the way to Terminal, and they're trying to help find Groot. Groot shows up out of nowhere. Literally, he just kind of ends up with them. Again, super trippy. I know I've said that like 5 times. And this is where you learn what's really going to happen. So there's a big fight. The entire planet of Terminal is just kind of collapsing. Bottom picture. And this is where I'm going to kind of leave it off. I'll kind of give you a little bit of what happens. Groot thinks he finds a way when he's in that trippy storm. This is where the story splits into 2 things. So you saw Big Groot with Groot, and he's kind of like his guidance in a way. And he ends up explaining to Groot what he has to do to escape the storm to get back to the Guardians and the Milano, which started off in the Milky Way. I didn't mention that earlier. I'm not going to show you the rest of these pictures because you got to read it to find out. If you win, you can read it and post it for everybody. You are going to find out what happens with... I'll show you some pictures of Buddy because he doesn't have much to do with the story after this. He finds out he's the Sentinel leader, and he does become the caretaker, possibly. And then what happens is it kind of gives you a flashback. So you have to kind of end the story on your own terms because it'll end 2 different ways. One way is that he makes it back to the Guardians. Another way is kind of how he's just telling the story to the Guardians of how he made it back. But again, it's one of those side-dimensional things where you got to figure out for your own, like, oh, hey, how did it truly end? Like, what do I want it to end like? And that's it. Again, I'll just show you some covers. Sorry that this went kind of quick. I'm really not feeling good right now. 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty. I didn't do that giveaway. We'll do the raffle giveaway, and then we'll talk about a couple of other things coming up on Nicktendo. To all Groot fans, I hope you had fun with that, honestly. Let's do the raffle first. So all your names went into this hat. I hope whoever wins is still watching. Again, I know it was super fast. I don't even know if I made 20 minutes yet, but we will after everything we talk about. Alright, ready? And the winner is Erin Galligan, my girl. I know you love Baby Groot. I was hoping you'd win. Very cool. I'll give this to you at work next time I see you, probably on Thursday. Alright, AJ came on just as we did the raffle. That's alright, though. AJ, I ordered you a birthday present. You're getting old. You gotta celebrate. Very cool, Erin. Congrats. Very glad you won. Definitely just give it a run through if you want. So again, you have the complete series. Cool 5 issues. We'll talk a little bit about April real quick. I had mentioned the schedule to you guys last week. I did it up on the calendar and showed you. It actually worked out time management really well. So April, I think 7th is WrestleMania, and April 1st is going to be an episode on WWE. My best pal Melissa is supposed to be in it. I'm hoping she can still make it. If she does, you guys will see how much fun we have together, and you'll see how hysterical the whole episode will be, and how we'll fight over just about everything because we don't like a lot of the same wrestlers. The next episode is Game of Thrones, and that episode will be on April 9th or 10th. That's the Tuesday. And then Game of Thrones, the final season, airs on the 14th. So everything is basically leading up to what's going to happen on television or on whatever's going on. Then I'm doing an episode on a Sunday. We're going to do our first one with multiple guests. Definitely join in on that one. It's going to be about all these cartoons from Nickelodeon Cartoon Network from like the 90s, and I grew up to the early 2000s. So I have everyone who's going to be on it kind of making lists of their favorite show. I'll run through some things. I'll talk about as many shows as we can. We'll try and make it lengthy. Definitely add in everything you want. And then the biggest event of Marvel for the year, I hope, is Endgame will come out April 26th. And that Tuesday, I'm bringing back Red Vandal. We're going to talk about the Infinity War. So if you haven't seen it, watch it, because we'll have a lot. That'll be a long episode. We love that movie. We've both seen it 100 times, I think. And then that was episode 4 for the month, right? Yeah. I have 5 weeks in April, which is really cool. I think I'll only have that one more time this year where I got 5 Tuesdays, even though some of them aren't on Tuesdays. Then we have Comic Book Day is the first Saturday in May. I got lucky enough to get the day off, so me and Red Vandal, I'm going to do a lot of live stuff with him. We're going to go around and I'm going to show you guys everything we do on Comic Day. We hit like a ton of shops and we try to complete the entire series of all the comics people give out. So that'll be a lot of fun. Follow us around that day. So what I'm doing is the week before that, we're going to go and do an episode based on strictly Scott Snyder. He is a writer for Batman. He kind of got me into the whole comic book business thing here. He's still writing. It's cool because he's a local, so I'm hoping I can get his signatures. If I do, I'll try and get him to give a shout out to you guys for Nicktendo. He usually does signatures pretty locally for Comic Book Day. Another thing we'll talk about, whenever you go into a shop, something like this is free. This is Marvel's, it's like their magazine basically, and when you fly through it, kind of breeze you through it a little bit, try and show you something. It shows you like what's coming out. So we'll give it to you in order. DC does the same thing. We're going to talk about that, and I'll explain when and why. And if you look on the side of all these, it says the War of the Realms. I know it's backwards. Oh, sweet. Oh, I forgot you're off tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, Martin, definitely try and get through those. So again, it just shows you covers. It'll show you some variant covers. It'll tell you what people are working on. But the War of the Realms is supposed to be the biggest Marvel hit of the year. So if you've never read comics and you start on the War of the Realms, you're going to have a ton of fun. It's kind of like an Infinity War thing where they're going to bring all the heroes together. If you look at the cover, all the heroes have different... This is going to be... I think this is issue number 3's cover already. It's going to spin off into a ton of other things, so it's going to be a lot of comics. It's going to go until the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. Probably will stick into next year, to be honest, but it'll be a bi-weekly thing, I believe. I read it in here a while ago when this came out. These are free, like I said, so just grab one of these whenever. Check it out, read it. See if there's anything that interests you. And yeah, so if the War of the Realms goes well, what's cool is it has everybody in it. And now that Disney apparently owns, I think it was Sony who makes all those other movies, they should be able to make everything come together, hopefully. And we'll see, hopefully save the Netflix series if they can. And one last thing before I go, tomorrow, I remember every Wednesday new comic books come out. Tomorrow is Detective Comics 1000, which is technically what Batman's been running through for a long, long time. So I will be going very early in the morning to my shop, and when I get home from work, I'm thinking around 9 o'clock, I'll put out a post is going to be... I can't remember. I really don't feel good. I'm going to do a quick little thing on Detective 1000. We'll go over. I ended up ordering every variant issue. They're $10 each. Grab one if you can grab one just to have it. It's going to be worth something. It's awesome. It's incredible that they made 1,000 comics for one thing. I don't know if there's anything else like that. Maybe like Archie or something original, but it's going to be incredible to own. Definitely if you could just pick up one of the variants, pick it up. Yeah, a lot of Batman writers will sign for these things. A lot of artists. There are so many of them. I'll go over that tomorrow too. So definitely tune in for a little bit tomorrow. We'll talk about Detective Comics 1000. What's up, second? And before I go, also, I will try and turn this around. So Hanzo had asked me to give me my Blizzard account for Overwatch to play. I play Overwatch on the PC. We used to play on PlayStation. We're strictly on PC. So if you play, you feel free. What's up, brother? You feel free to send me an invite, and if you give me the invite, just send me a message saying I am Groot with it, and I'll know you watched the episode, and then I know I can add you. And then I'm also going to give you my Nintendo Switch friend code. That's all good, dude. I saw it. I figured. And I'm going to also give you my friend code for Nintendo Switch if you want to play Smash Bros. Or check out my account, whatever game you play. So, let me turn this around, send you some of that, and then we'll close out the show. So if you want any of the information, there it is. Screenshot it if you want. So Hanzo, I'll make sure I send you this again. And I think that's it, guys. So, gonna turn it off for now. Again, thanks again, Second Comics, for coming on. Follow that account, guys. He posts some awesome stuff, really good footage. He needs to do more live videos because I like to watch his live videos. So make sure you try and do that for everybody, man. Trying to help you out with some followers, too. Aaron, I will get you this comic. I will post a giveaway tomorrow and Thursday, I promise, because I know I've been kind of slow on those. But my giveaway boxes are still so full. And yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest, alright? Thank you, everybody, for coming on. You guys are the best. See you next time. I have a closing line, finally. My dad's been giving me, this is Nick the Nerd, and keep it comic. See you.